Hey guys, I'm back. I'm Samantha and I'm a therapist and I'm creating a video every day for a year. This is video 243. Thank you so much for being here with me today or this evening, whatever time it is whenever you see this. If you are about to be a part of this crazy snowstorm that apparently is, I think, 2,300 miles long, I guess, from New Mexico to Maine, please be safe. I'm in Oklahoma, so we're about to get hit with snow probably in, I don't know, a couple hours it'll start. And I imagine when I wake up in the morning, it's going to be a little bit deeper. So we're supposed to get up to like Ryan Hall, y'all. He said like 15 inches. So we'll see what happens. So comment down below and let me know where you are. You don't have to put your address. Please don't do that. But maybe just the state or the city and state or whatever you feel like doing. So I'm just like super excited about it, but I'm also a little like, oh, we're gonna get trapped in the house for a little while. So it's okay though. I actually don't mind it. So, but yeah, comment below. Let me know what you think of the snow because it's about to be crazy. So, and check out Ryan Hall, y'all, if you haven't, because he is awesome. I love watching him like during tornado season because of course we get a lot of tornadoes in Oklahoma. So he's awesome. So check him out. So, and I also wanted to share this really quick. This is so off topic, but I feel it's important because yesterday I got this urge for some reason to do a nighttime workout, which I used to do when I was younger. I used to work out at like 10 or 11 at night. It's crazy. Now I'm doing it at 7 in the morning. But last night I got the urge to do a Taibo workout. Do you remember Taibo from back in the day, like late 1900s, as they say nowadays, late 1900s, Billy Blanks and his awesome Taibo workouts. And I used to do those when I was a teenager, of course, and in my early 20s. And then I think I did it even in my 30s. I started doing the insanity workouts with Shaun T, if you remember those. But I'm so into fitness. I've been working out, I would say, since I'm maybe 13 years old. So I love it. And I did a 58-minute workout tonight. Just like, I don't know what possessed me to do it. But I was like, I'm going to do this. And it felt so good. And the way he does things, I didn't realize, but he does a lot of balancing type of exercises and also like left-right brain type of like bilateral brain stimulation stuff in his workout. So I think it's like just a PSA, just very important to stay mobile, movement is medicine, as they say. So you got to move. You don't want to rust. So, and it also, I believe, gets rid of any stuck energy, just kind of get you feeling better. So I love working out and I believe it's why I don't have to be on anxiety medication or anything like that. So I love it. It keeps me sane. Remember, we have to be sane. I think we have to be sane before we can be happy. Or maybe you can be insane and be happy. Maybe you can. I don't know. We'll have to ask some people who might be insane. I don't know. Maybe they're happy that way. Some of them might be. Anyway, we don't know. So, okay. I'm going to start off with a post from, I'm just going to read this to you guys because I can't say this any better. But this is about manifesting abundance. And I thought this was really cool. This is Raymond Hollowell. Who wrote the book I was just talking about, I think, yesterday in last night's video, I think, or maybe the day before. So this happened in 1944. He told his students to stop worrying about money and instead expect supply from the universe daily. So we don't want to worry about money. We want to expect supply, okay? So within 30 days, unexpected money arrived for 80% of them. And so his teaching is supply originates from an infinite, constant, universal source. Here's his law of supply protocol to manifest abundance. Okay, so, and I just can't say this better, so I'm just going to read it. So why this matters. Most people try to manifest money while rehearsing lack all day. So think about that. We're rehearsing lack. You're rehearsing illness instead of wellness. You're rehearsing, I think we mentioned this yesterday, you're rehearsing scarcity versus abundance. You're rehearsing, complaining about somebody versus focusing on their positive aspects. Excuse me. So we're rehearsing lack all day. Worry is not neutral. It is a signal that says there is not enough. That signal closes your attention, choices, and willingness to receive. This protocol trains expectation, so supply has a channel to land. Sorry about that, guys. I had to get a drink real quick. My throat was closing up. Maybe it didn't want me to say this stuff. I don't know. So, who was Raymond Hollowell? He was a metaphysical teacher and author in the mid-1900s. He taught spiritual laws focused on prosperity, faith, and mental discipline. His work framed supply as a constant source, not a scarce resource. His method was built to be practiced daily, not believed abstractly. The core idea is that the universe is a constant source of infinite supply, but your state decides what you allow. Lack consciousness blocks the channel through fear, tension, and control. Expectation opens the channel through calm, trust, and receptive action. Manifestation becomes easier when you stop worshiping the obstacle. So here's the 4 steps. This is the overview. Step 1, you acknowledge supply as an infinite source, not a fragile outcome. Step 2, you catch worry as a lack signal and interrupt it fast. Step 3, you install daily expectation through a short supply statement. And step 4, you open channels with gratitude, receptivity, and one aligned move. So step 1 is choose one simple statement you can repeat without strain. Use language that feels steady, not dramatic. So an example would be, supply comes to me from an infinite source every day. I love that. Supply comes to me from an infinite source every day. That sounds awesome. Say it slowly. I just said it really fast. Say it slowly and let your body soften as you say it. So supply comes to me from an infinite source every day. Love that. Step 2 is release worry with a mental shift. So you're going to look at worry as a rehearsal of loss that trains the nervous system to close. Worry is a rehearsal of loss. Interesting, isn't it? That trains the nervous system to close. So we're training our nervous system. When you notice it, name it plainly. This is lack consciousness. We've got to name it, right? We don't know it unless we are aware and we can label that. Hey, this is lack consciousness I'm experiencing right now. Then you pivot to one new thought. Supply is handled. My job is alignment. I love that. Do not argue with the worry. Redirect it. Love that. I just can't say this any better. Do not argue with the worry. Redirect it. We've got to redirect our thoughts and train our minds to go that way instead of the other way it's always gone. New self from the old self. We just got to pivot. So step 3 is expect supply daily. Expectation is not hoping. It is assuming the channel is open. Each morning, set a daily expectancy line in present tense. So an example would be, today, supply shows up in expected and unexpected ways. I love that. It leaves it very open. It's just an open statement. Then move into your day as if that is already the background truth. So act as if. Here's some Neville stuff. Act as if it's already the truth, because it is. Step 4, open channels with gratitude and action. Gratitude is the posture of receiving. Name one thing you already have that proves you are supported. Then take one small aligned action that matches abundance. Examples include sending an offer, following up, publishing, asking, or applying. That could be anything. They could apply to anything, really. And then you practice these 4 daily steps for 30 days to build a new default state. So we're building a default state that is different from our normal default state. That's pretty cool. So they call it the 30-day law of supply protocol. Why this matters for manifestors. Manifestation responds to your dominant signal, not your occasional desire. Worry broadcasts need, and need tends to produce more reasons to need. Expectation broadcasts safety and sufficiency, which creates better decisions. Better decisions create evidence, and evidence accelerates results. Why it works. Daily repetition trains your attention to notice openings you used to miss. Interrupting worry prevents you from making fear-based choices. Expectation changes posture, tone, and timing in how you show up. Gratitude plus action turns belief into proof, which stabilizes the new state. So this is the thing to remember is supply is constant and your expectation is the channel it flows through. And they say, save this and run the law of supply protocol today. So this is from Conscious Alchemies on Instagram, to give them credit for this. So I love that. So remember, no matter what it is, you're rehearsing something all the time, whether you know it or not. Whatever you're focusing on, whatever your attention is placed upon, whatever you're conscious of, that is where your awareness is. Therefore, that is what you're rehearsing. That's what you're imagining. And so we've got to grab a hold of our imagination and say, okay, what are we rehearsing today? And are we rehearsing lack, illness, sadness? We've got to really figure that out. And then we can redirect and create a new default. We're building, look at it like we're building a skill set. We're building a new state. And that state is your signal. So whatever you think about is such great data to pull from. Like, what am I even thinking about? And start thinking about what you want. And again, I know we've talked about this a million times, but most people don't know what they want. They really just don't. And so when you get crystal clear, I remember Think and Grow Rich, they said, get very crystal clear on your desire, this burning desire that you have. Figure out what that is, even if it's just the feeling. And then the feeling will lead you to more of what you want too. But, and then thinking about what you want will actually produce a feeling as well. So it's just kind of like one thing leads to another. So you just take little steps and the synchronicities will line up and you'll get there. But if you have a vision for yourself, almost like a map, but not really a map, it's more like, here's this vision I have for myself. Here's the end goal that I'd like to achieve, whatever that goal is. Here's how I'd like to feel. Because remember, you take yourself with you wherever you go. So we're not wanting to get some stuff just to get it. We're wanting to feel something once we get it. Well, I say feel that way anyway all the time. Like, always feel great. Don't wait until you get that new car or that marriage or that child or that new job or anything, or you put in a pool in your house or whatever you're doing. Like, not in your house, but, in your backyard. But anything. Like, we don't want to wait for something outside of us to make us happy. We want to make ourselves happy first. And that takes practice. That takes practice learning how not to rehearse lack. Because lack never feels good. There is abundance all around us. We are abundance itself. So remember who you are. The power is inside of you. It is not outside of you, ever. That's just the mirror reflecting you back to you. So always remember this stuff. So yeah, practice the law of supply protocol. You might want to, take notes or something. Just slow it down, take notes. That's what I used to do on videos. I still do that. But I think this was kind of cool. So yeah, just practice this. And let me know if it helps you in any way or if you've heard of this before. I had never heard of this in this way, so I thought it was kind of cool. But yeah, work with the laws. Learn these laws and see what works for you. See what resonates best with you, because whatever resonates is a sign that your soul is like, okay, let's take this and run. Like this means something to us. This has meaning. We created this meaning for some reason, so we're going to, roll with this instead of something else. So as Bashar said, everything is a permission slip to be more of yourself. So if doing this protocol feels good to you, do it. If you think it sucks, don't do it. I'll give you something else tomorrow to try. But yeah, I thought it was kind of cool, so I wanted to share that. And again, stay safe out there. I hope and pray and intend that power stays on throughout all these next few days. And whatever happens is meant for us to go through. So just stay safe and take care of your animals. Bring your animals inside. This is another PSA. I got to say this. Please bring your animals inside for the love of God. They do not need to be outside at all. And we have a very heavy homeless population here in town. And so I know they're doing homeless outreach. But just check on your neighbors. If you have elderly neighbors, just check on everybody if you need to or if you can. Even a phone call at least to just check up on lonely people. I'll talk about loneliness someday too. Loneliness is an epidemic, as they say. So just check on your friends, check on your family, whatever you need to do, and check in with yourself. It's going to be, a crazy cold few days. So you guys take good care of yourselves. Please like, share, subscribe, all that fun stuff if you'd like to. If this video helped you, share it with somebody else that might benefit from the information. And remember, you're so loved. Pass that on to somebody who might need to hear that, especially in the next few days. That would be great. And remember to appreciate yourself, because what you appreciate appreciates. And I will be back tomorrow. Bye.